Well, good morning, everyone. So, I'm living here since almost 9 years.
Okay.
I came here in 2010, and since that time, I'm living in Madrid.
Tell us why you had to flee. Why did you have to escape Pakistan? What were the circumstances?
So pity, it's a pity, moment. But I would say I left my country because threats of death and beating of my wife, an attempt to burning my house. And it's happened in 1999. I was living in Islamabad, and I was doing very well. I had my own company. I was working for export and import, and I was living very good life, and I had no problem about the financial. I was very strongly my situation in financial. But after some time, I had some friends who they are living in the Christian society, in Christian, colony. There is in Islamabad. They came to me and they told me, Mr. Malik, we are going to demonstrate against the blasphemy law. And could you come with us to help us we should do that? I say, okay. They explain me all about this, about demonstration, how they are going to do, how they are going to arrange. And then I take part in this demonstration with 3 of my friends. And we went, we demonstrate with almost 4,000 to 5,000 people in Islamabad against blasphemy law. And that time when I was in Islamabad during this demonstration, I noted that there is some young boy with a big beard. They was moving, and then they was making photographs. And after this demonstration, we went to the United Nations office to explain all this matter of demonstrations. And after that, after 1 week, my wife told me there is 2 boys. They came on the motorbike to my house, and they asked me, where is Aslam? So I had no idea, it's going to happen. And unfortunately, it's my good luck, I was not at home. I came back, and my wife explained me all these things. So I said, be careful. Next time, you are not going to open the door. I don't know those people.
Perdona.
I'm sorry. What made you decide to be part of that demonstration in those circumstances during that time in your country? Because that could bring problems to you in your future. Your life was well. You had your business. Your children were healthy. You lived happily with your wife. So what pushed a man to complicate his life in such a way?
I was very close to my community. I used to go to their functions. I participate in all kind of community functions. So people, they know me very well. Even I was not living in a Christian colony. I always lived in a posh area. So I had no experience to live with a poor Christian community. But my friends, they explained me, and I knew it about blasphemy law. Is a law of Pakistan, sharping. So I think, so I have to take participation for this demonstration because it's a big matter. It's not a small thing. So that's why I continue. We go, we demonstrate, and after that starts problem in my life. So after this incidents, after demonstration, about 2 months after, I was not at a home, and 5, 6 boys came with a motorbike at my house, and they came and they knocked the door, they gave a bell, and my wife, she come out, and she asked, she looked at the boys, they would look students, and with the babes, and say, where is Aslam, where is Aslam? I said, no, he's not at home. My wife replied, no, he's not at home. So, and they pushed my wife, and they slapped my wife, and she fell down. And some neighbor, who they were looking this incident, and they burned the tires. They burned the tires and they throw it in my house. And after that, when the neighbors came, they ran away. And our neighbors came, and they helped to control the fire. And after that, I went to the police station to report on my case, but police, they refused to register case. They for a protection. They told me, how we can give you protection? You are demonstrating against the Islamic law of Pakistan, and you are here to ask for protection. You are not a minister. So better to leave the country and save your family and save for yourself.
Wow.
So this is the reason. After that, I had no choice to live in Pakistan.
It's unsettling, isn't it, that the police would believe that you don't have the right to protection just because you demonstrated.
It's crime. You're doing crimes. You're demonstrating Islamic law in Pakistan. This is the law for Pakistan. How you can do that? So it's a crime. How we can give you protections?
Okay.
And we cannot fight with the student groups. There is not one person. There is groups, and that group's called MSF, Muslim Student Federation. That time it was very popular. I'm talking about 20 years ago. But now in Pakistan, there is more than 30 groups. They are active, which they are, doing this kind of crimes. And I must say, it's not only the matter of my family. It's many, many incidents happen in Pakistan. I would like to mention about the incidents of Gojra. I must mention for the for the Shantinagar. In one night, people came with the patrols and they burned whole the Christian village.
Yeah.
And Gojra, Church of Gojra, then Church of Peshawar. So there is not many incidents. It's not on the matter of only my family.
¿Cómo cambió?
How did your family life change after the incident where they threw those burning tires inside your home? How did you spend that first time? How did you live through that night with your wife? How did you explain that to your 4 little children? How did you explain that situation?
And after this incident, I changed my house. And also I arranged the admission of my children in other school. But even that, I was so scaring, because for these fundamental groups, student groups, they are very dangerous in Pakistan. Nobody can even, police cannot control them. How we normal people can fight with them? So we are Christian people, we are in minority. We are only 3%, 97% people are Muslims, and we are only 3%, and we are poor people. We are not, you can say Christians are 1% people they are quite better, and 2% people, they are living in very, very, bad life. And then I must say, Christian people living in terrible life in Pakistan. They are not happy to live there, but they have no opportunity to leave the country like me, because I had money, I had an opportunity to leave, but not everybody can do like me. So, God thanks, I came here, and I came to Morocco. I spent my 9 years in Morocco, and after that, I arranged to bring my family here.
Antes de llegar a
So before you started that journey, that trip you took, the situation in Pakistan for you personally was bad, wasn't it? A few years, I mean, when you were a child, you lived through situations where you were discriminated, situations where you saw firsthand that there was persecution against Christians. Tell us about those things, those cases, those situations where you started seeing that was the case lots of years ago.
I could not explain all, but let me share with you some, In Pakistan is a big problem since 30 years, because as we are poor people and we are working for a small job. We used to work for a road sweeper. We used to work in fields. As a gardener, as a cleaning in the houses and Muslim houses, and we are cleaning gutters on all that. This kind of jobs for us, and we have no opportunity to get government jobs in Pakistan. It's not too easy for the Christians to get to get a good job. And there is many incidents happen, I noticed in my life when I was a student. The many Christian girls, because they are poor, and those girls, they go to work in Muslims' houses to clean the house, to wash their clothes. And in their houses, they get problems with the house owner or with the young boys. They try to trap them, and they got a very bad treatment from them. If this girl, they go and complain, they do blame those girls. They rob my jewelry, they rob our money. So those girls, they cannot go to register the case. When they go to the police station, even police do the action against the girls, not the people who they are criminal, who they are doing all these things.
Cuéntame.
Tell us about that thing that happened to you in school after doing sports.
When I was, it's the very beginning, because I was born in Pakistan in one village, and I was from 8 to 9 years old. And during my class and recess, when I feel thirsty and I want to drink water, so I have to go near the well and wait for the Muslim boy, a Muslim child, who come and allow me to drink water. I have no permission. As a Christian, I have no permission to touch this pot for drinking water. And then it's life. And other instance, when I was same school, one of my teacher, he told me, look, James, you are from the good family. Your grandfather is very good. My grandfather, he was in the British Army. And you were very good in village also. And he said, why don't you become Christian? Why don't you become Muslims? I said, sir, why? He said, look, the Christian people, they are unclean people. Okay. They are dirty people. They eat pork, they drink, they use alcohol, and you are very good boy. And if you will not convert or become Muslims, one day the angel will, tie you with the chain and throw you in hell.
Okay. Vamos a hacer un.
Okay. Let's make a break because Aslam's story, which we are going to continue later on, is not the only, unfortunately, story. We know about Sabibi's case in Pakistan, but there are many other cases that have not been reflected by the media. So we want to share with you a short video called Look at My Faith, which is the story of a family who suffered in prison due to this use of the blasphemy law, which has become so popular in Pakistan. So we're going to let you watch the video now. This is a Christian family who lives in a small city in the north of Pakistan. The revenge of a neighbor took them to prison. They were imprisoned. They were punished to 25 years in prison, and the parents were separated from their children. Their house was burned. Their few worldly possessions were robbed. After years of suffering, they are now free again, but they are still afraid. My 5-year-old girl was in school, and one of her colleagues, a Muslim boy, tried to take her pencil away from her. So they started arguing and fighting, and that's when my eldest son got close to them and hit the Muslim boy. So the family, that boy's family, came to my home. That Muslim family came in the afternoon. They came with other people, all of them Muslim, and their idea was to burn our house down. They were shouting, "How does a Christian boy dare beat our son up?" So they threatened us and they said, "We will kill you because you're Christian and we are the lords here. We are the masters here." After that, they came with weapons and gas oil with petrol to burn our house. The parents had to appear before a judge after they were imprisoned for 6 months, and then they were freed. After that, the police arrested the person who was guilty of attacking this family. He was a Muslim. He only spent 1 day in prison, and when he left, he filed a claim against the family, accusing them of blasphemy. He came to my family with 10 or 12 policemen, with some clergymen, Muslim clergymen, and they arrested me. The family threatened my wife, saying that they were going to chop her legs off because she had insulted the Prophet Muhammad. They said, "We will kill her and then we will shoot her. This is our faith, and she has insulted our Prophet." They warned us that even if we were freed by the judges, they would kill us. The High Court punished us to 25 years in prison, a whole life. And after that, my wife and me managed to get freedom twice, but the High Court annulled it twice. During our imprisonment, we suffered quite a lot. Sometimes they would feed us, sometimes they wouldn't. Some people helped us and they paid bail again, but the High Court took 3 years to accept it. My wife spent 3 years in jail and I spent 1.5 years in jail. They hit me very much, very often, but I hit them as well. I told them that I hadn't done anything wrong. I told them, "You have your God, we have our God as well. We haven't committed any crime, and if you want to shoot me, then do so. I am not afraid. I am not afraid of any Muslim person. Do whatever you want to do." And they locked me up in the death cell, and they wouldn't feed me for 2 days. I did survive thanks to water I had, and I have faith in my God. If Jesus wants, I will be free from prison, and I don't care about their punishment because I am a woman, and my God is never unfair to me. My children didn't have the permission to come and see me, so for 3 years I saw them twice. Some police women did beat me, but I beat them too, and asked them, "What do you know about me and why do you insult me?" And they said, "We beat you because you insult our prophet." And I told them, "That's not true. I have never insulted anyone." And the guards used to give me very bad food. In that cell, there was no fan. I had a picture of the Virgin Mary and a Bible that someone gave me when I was in prison. One day, a policewoman opened the door of the cell, saw the picture, and told me, "Who has given you the authorization to have that picture?" She denounced me, and the jail manager appeared there and asked who gave me permission to have the Bible and the picture. And I said that the High Court had condemned me, but I couldn't abandon my faith. And I said, "You cannot take that away from me. You cannot take God from my heart. If you punish me, then good. If you want to hang me, then go ahead and hang me. But I will not give you my Bible." So they beat me, but I did not give them my Bible. I did not eat for 10 or 12 days. I decided to fast and pray to God so that He would save me. And if not, He could just take me with Him. I am a spiritual woman, and I kept on praying. And a few days later, my sons came to visit me. After 3 years, I could only see them for a few minutes. And we now live outside of prison, but we can't roam freely. When we want to go somewhere, we have to cover our faces because we are afraid of those people. If they see us, they will kill us. This is our situation, and this is our life in the country. In prison, the civil servant told me that I was a very beautiful woman. And that if I left my God and I became Muslim, he would give me anything I wanted. And I asked if he was willing to leave Muhammad and become a Christian, and then he said, "You'll see how Jesus will save you." And when I got bail, I went to see the civil servant and I said, "Look at my faith, and that my God is still alive. I have faith in Jesus and I fear no one. And if anyone shoots me, then I will go to the arms of my Lord." We live a very, very hard life. We have nothing. We don't have money to send our children to school. We don't have money for food. I don't know if other people have a good life and they are in a better situation than we are, but we live our life through God, doing what God wills.
Esta familia es, por cierto,
This family is actually neighbor of Sabibi's family, whom, as you know, is still pending the High Court decision in Pakistan. We don't know what will happen because the pressure of Islamist groups is being very, very hard. You know that they have delayed many hearings regarding this case. Only God knows when this will end, when this woman's suffering will end. So many of us have her in our heart. Okay, so back to Aslam, back to James. James took a trip from Pakistan. He had to leave. And it was a complex trip, wasn't it? Tell us about that trip. Where did you go first, and how did you get to Spain?
I left Pakistan in October 2001. I'm sorry, 2001, and I flight from Karachi to Dubai, Bahrain, and then Casablanca. And I came to Casablanca. In Morocco. It is a Muslim country. And people ask me this question: you leave Muslim country and why you came in a Muslim country again? And the answer is, because when I left Pakistan, at that time incidents happened 11 September. Terror attack happened in America. And most of the European embassy almost closed. It was closed. And only the Muslims embassies are working. And I have no choice to go in I have to go in a Muslim country. And I had a friendship in a Moroccan, visa officers. He was a very close friend of mine. And I tell him I would like to visit Morocco. I don't tell him I'm going to leave my country because of these problems. So he arranged my visas, and I take my flight and came in Morocco. Once
You were in
migrations, once I visited to Morocco, and I came and I visited to Syria, in Tangier and Rabat, and I feel that Morocco is a wonderful country. It's very good. It's very neat and clean. They are wearing very good clothes, very modern. So I feel it's okay. It's a quite good country. So I decided to bring my family in Morocco. But after that, when I started living in Morocco, I got a lot of problem with these people. Because in Tangier, where I was living, I was the only one Pakistani Christian family. They were living in Tangier. And when we moved, everybody, they call us, oh, they are Christians, oh, they are Hondoi, Indian, they are Indian. They call us, they feel we are Indian. But after, slowly, when the people, they come to know about us, we are Christians and we are from Pakistan. And I take notice when I used to go and meet any Moroccan or sit on a taxi in the public, they ask one question. When they say my face, they saw the face, the Asian face, they ask me, are you Muslim? I say, no, I'm not a Muslim, I'm a Christian. And after that, they have a very bad face, they change their face. And say, no, Christian is not a good religion, it's created religion. You must become Muslim. Islam is a very good religion. So this is the reaction I feel during 9 years. And in this 9 years, I could not develop any relation with the Muslim people, with the Moroccan people.
¿Cómo llegaron a España?
How did you get to Spain? How was that?
So we were living in Tangier, and we used to go in cathedral for the mass. And around us, we have most of the Spanish community. Our friends are Spanish, French, and British people who have been living here since long times. So those people and the church and the priest of the church, they help us to arrange our visas. They help us during 9 years for our financial situation. Even after that, I start my business, and I have got my electronic shop. And then after 2 years, I had my 2 shops, because basically I'm a businessman. And in Pakistan, I have got my travel agency. I have got my own company, Travel Base International. So I knew it. If I will start my business, I will succeed. And it's happened. And during 3-4 years, we were very good. We had no problem financially in Morocco. But the problem is why I left Morocco. My children was quite young. They are grown up. And I was so scared. If my children, they go and fall in love with the Moroccan people. And what I'm going to do? I will lose my children. I will lose my faith. I will lose my religion. And that's I don't want. So that's why I decide to leave Morocco. So.
¿Y en España cómo ha sido vuestra vida?
And how has been your life in Spain? Because you can think that in this situation, in these trips, you could find an open country where you can live religious freedom in a very comfortable way compared to what's happening in Pakistan. But have things been easy for you here from your personal point of view in the way that you've developed your life? But I know that you are facing a certain threat. I know that there are areas in Spain that you do not like to go to. I remember that when we interviewed you for the first time, you didn't want your face to be seen because you were afraid of people seeing your face in certain areas where there are a lot of Pakistani Muslim people in Spain. So what this situation of being afraid in a country that it is supposed to be religiously free?
I had not much problem because my children, they are grown up, they are doing very well. Two of my children, they are working in telephone company. One of my daughters, she's working in a French company. I'm also working, my sister as well working, so we had no problem. Even people said, oh, Spain in crisis, but I never feel crisis. I'm very good. I have no problem. But in the case of living in Spain, there is in Spain, in Madrid, we have only 3 Christian families. No more.
From Pakistan?
From Pakistan. No one. Only 3 families in Madrid. And those families, those we are very close to each other. Mm-hmm. And most of the Pakistani people who they are living here, they are Muslims. They are Muslim. And we used to go for a shopping to meet them, but not to make a relation. But I noticed that when I go to some shops and Bangladeshi shops and Pakistani shops, those people, I ask them about sometime question. I say, how is your life in Spain? And they told me, very bad. We are not happy to live in Spain. I say, why? He said, because we don't like Spanish people. We don't like Spanish people because when any incidents happen in Europe, the Spanish police, they came in our houses and they treat with us like an animal. They treat with us very badly, and we don't like it. And they hate the Spanish people. They like Spain. They like Spanish medicine. They enjoy the food. They like everything from Europe, but they don't like Europeans.
Yeah.
They don't like. When I was in Pakistan, even we discussed about why you hate the Christian people only. They say in Quran code.
En ese momento tú no desvelabas que eres cristiano.
At that time, you were not saying that you were a Christian. They told you, and be thinking that you were Muslim.
Because I'm carrying Aslam name, and they talk to me very freely. Mm-hmm. So I never tell them I'm a Christian, and I want to take their views, what they are hiding, what they have in their brains. Mm-hmm. So that's why they tell me everything. Even once 5 years ago, I visited to Barcelona. I met some businessmen people, and in shop, I visited some shop. And I asked them, how is the life? And say, very bad life, but we are waiting for someone who come and cut the neck of the European people, cut the necks of the Spanish people. And this time is not far away. Wow. Because the Spanish people, the European people, they are stupid. They are not getting married. They're not giving a time to their family. They're not making babies. They are not making childs. And day by day, time to time, our generations, population is going more than the European people. Mm-hmm. And what will happen, you will see in 20 years. Yeah. In 20 years, we will be more than the European people. And they will be problem. And we are going to kill them with their own democracy. They speak too much about their own democracy. Yeah. So we will kill them with their own democracy.